Oh. Adjust my... There we go. Alright. So yeah, we got this. This. And we got this. Okay, we're good.
Everything you've told us is extraordinary. I can't believe there's a...
Okay, Sarah, you do you. Going on there. Okay. Oh, there, how goes it? Right, let's see. Let us go and grab a mission. Oh, there, Malloy. Hello, Ghost. Hello, Nolgroth. Listen for dog whistles. I'm doing good. Doing good, Horror. Can't complain. Hello, Ace. Well, is Savaloy not that really questionable, like, sausage? I went the wrong way.
Yes.
Oh, there, Paul. Grid boost activated. Hello there, Paulus. How goes it? Whoop. I have the new weapon. I was just modifying it. I know there is. Oh god, oh god, oh god, hit the tree. Apparently it's quite an acquired taste, that Savaloy. I've never had it. We don't have it over here. Let's see.
Okay, hello.
Oh, oh, that's... Alright, Marines, we got a job to do. Let's get it done. No. That was yesterday. God, no. They were gonna just do some stuff and build a ship.
Howdy.
Cool dinner sausage. Hello there. Eubank. All good, Shari. Have a good one. Hello there, Bat. How goes it? Overfilled but screaming your drunk. I can get behind that. I'm partial to the just your standard batter sausages. They're pretty nice. Pirate rover. Fine, we'll do that. I killed the pirate rover at the abandoned research facility on Grisham. Oh, this is a fun watching. To be fair, I don't think I died very much on that stream. I've kind of like perfected the art of not being bad with melee, which is kind of surprising. We try DP Aerospace with its big ass landing bear. DP? Well, to be fair, the axe, I got really lucky with the axe. What is DP Aerospace?
Excuse me.
Give me. Alright, let's try. We're rocking some plasma weapons. I have a review on the way. Hello, anybody home? What was that? Metabolic agent. Where's the turtle? Hey, my current vehicle is yeah, no, they're very cool. They sound awesome. Hello. Hello, Tennessee, how goes it? More ships, taking the working shower bathrooms. Did it come out recently? I'll have to check it out. Hello, Lee. Oh, why is there a dead person? All good. Just make sure to have the recommended amount. You don't want to get too high, you know? Can't be end up like Gary. Nice, nice, Tennessee. Oh, where is... Did I come in? No, I came in there. Hello. I must have missed that. I'll have to definitely check it out. Is it on Creations? How did I miss that? Rod doesn't look like a zebra on Xbox. Interesting. I'll have to check. Is it just called DP? Oh no, that's a master lock. We're not even wasting our time going in there.
Easy picking. This was it. Let's go. How does it take that cat down, huh?
Yeah, get them, you Sea Marines. Even though they're not a Zemo.
Clear.
Oh, never mind. Hello. Oh hell yeah. Oh, he's got a plasma weapon. I like the damage effect, Ghost. The AoE. Very cool.
Eliminate the enemy.
I have
I'm going for it.
where are you guys?
Waste of time.
We got them all. Oh, whoops. Yeah, no, I've always been a big fanboy of the Fallout weapons, the Fallout plasma weapons. The only thing I was, which I mentioned in my review, is they seem a little bit powerful on extreme.
Hello.
But then it's hard to tell. That wouldn't do it. I just did that. But then it's sample vault. What? How do I get in there? It's always hard to like tell and stuff because like I think the last time I like mentioned about something seeming too overpowered in the comments, I got flamed by people being like, "No, we want overpowered." I was like, "Oh, okay." How do I get in there? What am I doing here? Is there no way in here? Oh, there's a door there. Hold on out. Got it. Hello, computer. Oh, there's a thing by you. Opening door. What is that? Constellation guide. What is that? Is that a ship? What sort of ship is that? Yeah, that's obviously just me. A lot of people kind of will disagree. Because the thing too is, with like weapon mods, specifically paid ones, I'm always worried that they're going to overshadow the base weapons. It could have been Planet Data Console. Download no data to collect. Well, that was fucking useless, I suppose. Where's the door? Dead machine god, oh god. Alright, let's go make a ship. Do what I do best. Well, do what I do subpar. Actually, I don't think I finished this. I think I was gonna... Did I finish this ship? No, I think I did. Yeah, no, the machine god sounds like the strat, you know? It's like, hello, I am machine god. Welcome. Glad you enjoyed Polybus. Did you complete? I did not. I'm like 90% through the game. I'm pretty much like at the end. Hello there, Recon. How goes it? Let's take off. To be honest, I've been kind of Oblivion has kind of taken hold of me. It's the machine gun every day. Glad you're enjoying your day off. Oh, yep, this Monarch's melt tastes like peach. Lovely. Alright, let's go make a ship. Number one fun thing to do in Starfield if you're me. But I think there was, yeah, no, there's like, what, I think 4.5 million people checked out the monocle craftable. I did not. Let me check that now.
Howdy.
Let me very quickly go to there. Oh, hail the engine killer. It's like, what is it? 4.5 million, I think Bethesda said, which is insane. Hello there, Spider. Gotta make it in the... Ooh, a Xeno weapons lab. That looks like something I'm gonna have to put on my ship.
Hey.
Now, let me grab all of my... Actually... Let me spawn it in. Perfect. Nice. The next video you made voicing your dissatisfaction with the Lex Starfield. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I'm like, it's like, obviously, you know, I think a lot of us are very excited for Oblivion, but it doesn't bode well as a fan of, you know. I will real quick. Polybus, you do not want that. The Unreal Engine is very demanding and very unreliable at times. Like, some of the biggest game launches that have come out this year that have been very questionable has been a result of the Unreal Engine. Like, Oblivion's not too bad, but then Oblivion's not using it fully. Stalker coming out was a nightmare with the Unreal Engine. Like, it's not a bad engine, it's just the jump in kind of performance, like what it requires versus what it kind of lets you see, because it tends to make things really nice, but it can be a very crafting CDs. I didn't see it. Ooh. Collector sandwich, weapon attack. What do I need before? See, there was an update, and I don't know if I don't know if there was like I want to make the top hat and monocle combo. How do I do? Okay, top hat monocle combo, perfect. Right, so we need iron, adhesive, polymer. I think I have all them. What was I gonna say? Gary, get off the thing. Xbox Series is fully exempt from Unity. Unreal. That's what I mean. And I think I haven't done a lot of testing of Oblivion on Xbox. See, it's a weird one with Oblivion because, like, I can turn off everything and play native 4K and get about 40 FPS, which isn't that bad, but I try to get 60. But when you, like, use, like, DLSS and stuff, obviously it performs better, but the issue is, like I had similar issues with, similar issues when I use DLSS in this game, even though it's not Unity, and similar issues when I use DLSS in Stalker. There's, like, ghosting, which is really annoying. Adhesive, there we go. No, Virtuous they did a really good job. Why did I think they were French? Like, the thing is with it is it's a cool idea to have, you know, like the different like having one engine doing the thinking and one engine doing the kind of the graphics. It makes me wonder, why did they choose that? Is it just because it's easier to make it look better in the newer engine? And it also makes me wonder, will we see that happening more? Like, is it only really advantageous for... Is it only advantageous for when we're remastering older titles, or can it be used with newer titles? Like, currently with the stuff with, like, with the stuff going on, they're French, aren't they? Yeah, no, I thought they were French too, but I don't think, apparently, one of the, like, they might have multiple kind of headquarters. Probably want to keep modding. Oh yeah, no, I think they definitely did, and that's why, like, because, you know, you want to keep modding as, that. Pet. Gary. Oh, very, very nice, Gary. Oh, very, very nice. That's so fucking cool, Ghost. Let me store my stuff away. Resources, put them in there. Because the other thing is, like, Halo spent ages working on the slipspace engine, and ultimately they opted against it, and they've went back to Unreal. And the reason it is, the sad reality is that Microsoft relies a lot on outsourcing stuff, and it's easier to, when you're outsourcing, you know, like, to kind of contract workers, to, like, you know, everyone knows how to use Unreal, not Unity. I mean, everyone knows to use Unity too. But it makes me worry because, like, again, any Unreal title I've played on PC has been problematic. Xbox hasn't been, like, too... How did I take damage? Oh, there will. Xbox isn't too bad, but then it's a bit... I always expect Xbox's stuff to kind of be performing a little bit better, you know? Imagine the main company would have to reteach. There was issues within the staff chain, how long the game development was, talking with the engine, taking... Yeah, because it's annoying. Hello, Guilty Pleasure. It's annoying because, like, I actually really like the slipspace engine that they made specifically for Halo, because it looked awesome and, like, it played quite well. There was issues with, like, desync and stuff, but I don't really think that was down to the engine. It was more down to the coding of, like, the multiplayer. But playing on a mid-tier lap and performance was great, except for some... Yeah, see, like, performance for me has been really good in Oblivion, which I, like, you know... The only thing is, some areas I'm noticing out in the wilderness near Anvil, it's a bit choppy. And it seems to be that, like, when you open and close your map, there's a bit of a delay, which... It's not, like, a huge issue for me. Like, people have been basically saying, like, oh, it runs horrendously. And I've seen some threads, and I genuinely don't know. I've seen people say, like, with the 5090, they can't get, like over 60, and I'm like, I've got a 4070 Super, and I can, if I put everything on low and play, like, 4K or 2K, I could easily get over 60 FPS. You honestly have feelings about all the games shifting as their main engine over developing. It feels like an ecosystem, and I think it does come down to the fact that, like, Guilty was saying there, like, there's a lot of challenges and stuff that comes with when you're working with something like that. It really doesn't help that Unity shot themselves in the foot by kind of expecting more money, because Unity was another kind of is Unity the CS engine? Is that CS:GO or no? See, my CPU is quite decent with it. Like, it's a 7700, but it's a Ryzen. And it, like, again, the only thing is, like, and this is where, like, see, when it comes to, like, upscaling, right? And you know, like, how you've got NVIDIA's DLSS, you've got AMD's FSR, you've got Intel's EXSS, and I've had no issues with Oblivion. So it runs nicely. See, I would have assumed it would have, because, like, I feel like, oh, it's in-house. Is it Valve? I just remember that the engine that Valve uses for CS:GO allows bunny hopping, and you can also bunny hop in other games that use that engine. Like, for the most part, it's Source. That's it, Source. There's another game that runs on Source. It's Apex running on the Source engine? I just remember there being a game that ran on the Source engine, and you could bunny hop in it too. It was like hard-coded into the Source engine. Where you could like bunny hop. Yeah, it is. It was Apex. That was it. Yeah, I remember that now. Because that's people used to... They had to tweak a lot of stuff because bunny hopping is too fucking OP. Need me to have my computer because every single game is an issue. And that's... to be honest, that's what... Because for me, what was really confusing me was like... Natively, I was able to basically play everything on high, right? So no special AI, you know, upscaling. And hey, I'm going to wait till daytime. And the game was running, like, smooth, about 40 FPS, right? When you start messing with the, you know, DLSS and all them, it gets better performance, but the whole point of that is it downscales the game. And then, like, uses AI. And, like, to be honest... See, I'm like really bad with stuff like that because when you tell me, like, I love Xbox because it's like, look, do you want to play 4K 60 or do you want to play 1080p 120? And I'm like, yes, give me that. But when like you have these different settings and stuff and you start fiddling with them, I'm like noticing like slight problems. Oh yeah, no, 100%. Fast travel, it's a big drain. Yeah, see, it seems to be a lot of the loading, and that's the issue with because a lot of people were complaining about like there's so many loading screens entering houses. Like, first of all, it's an old game. Second of all, that's how Bethesda does their thing. That's why they have loading screens, because they have cells like hidden everywhere. You know, like it's just. But yeah, it's never. How many more story DLCs do you think we get for Starfield? Public reception seems to be low. No, the thing is if you look at 76, which I always like to use as an example, they haven't killed that off, despite there being a time when literally it had very few players and they kept it going. I don't think Bethesda would abandon it realistically. It doesn't look good, obviously, the fact that they've kind of been radio silent, but they said 10-year plan. Like, by that logic, I'm expecting at least, like, what, like 8-9 more expansions over the course of the 10 years. Now that's hopefully, you know, we don't necessarily know. We know the next expansion is planned, and we know that they plan on doing more expansions.
Anything I can help you with?
Yeah, see, that's why there better be more than fucking one DLC. That would be kind of painful.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
It's a weird one from Bethesda, because like it's just like I just don't understand. Like, hello, Tenbro. They've been for. That's what I mean. Like, they're clearly doing stuff. They said Infinite was a 10-year plan. Don't be silly. It's still a game. Well, to be honest, though, Infinite kind of still is going with the 10-year plan. They're still kind of that, because that's what's crazy to me, right? Is that Halo Infinite is I know I always mention Halo Infinite, but it's another game I'm passionate about. Halo Infinite is effectively running as a skeleton crew. There's like probably like a dozen people keeping it going. They don't have an animator. So when they're doing weapons and stuff, they have to kind of get creative, which in one way it's good because it shows they're dedicated most of their staff to making the next Halo, but they're still pumping out updates. Like every 2-3 months, they get like an update, like new maps, new armor, new stuff. Now, obviously, it's a little bit different, you know, adding in some new armor and stuff into a store and, you know, a new map. But it's the fact that, yeah, they have to change this stuff. It's more so the fact, It's more so that I think that they're that it just like are they saying, yeah, no, they're still making Halo. They've got 2 Halo games supposedly in the works. You should 100% play MCC. Wish YouTube stopped freezing. Oh, my bad. That's yeah, I've no intention of playing any other games for a while. Well, everyone keeps saying we were overdue for yearly expansion, but expenditure. Well, I don't think we're not overdue for we're definitely not overdue for an expansion, but we're overdue for at the very least news and information. And if we're being a little bit greedy, some updates, you know. There's a new Halo. Yes, I mean, like 343 or Halo Studios. I'm always gonna call it. It's such a weird name change. I know why they did it, but it's like, and Bethesda's like, a bigger company than 343. Like, I think prior to kind of Halo Infinite, they were worth about the same. They're both billion-dollar companies, or IPs, right? Well, companies, kind of. You should really do the new expansion. I personally want to see more handcrafted stuff. But yeah, POIs is oh yeah, no, I was just playing it a bit safe there, but they got a little greedy. Paul, what would you say? You think that if they bring Starfield to PS, they'll package up creation mods? Ooh. I don't think so. I think that they'll probably just do a deluxe edition sort of thing, similar to what you got on Xbox, where it's basically, it's going to be like a bundle with some creation credits. Now, it could be possible that they might do a bundle, but if they're going to do a bundle, they're going to have to do a bundle for everyone, not just PlayStation, because they'd be shooting themselves in the foot if they did like a PlayStation bundle that came with some creations and not. The show is really good. You should definitely play it. You don't do it with pet peeve of mine the way most people exaggerate that. I agree with that. I don't think Security's still doing quest line. It's not really okay. Nice. I don't know how Bethesda go with. Well, that's because see, that's the thing too. Like, cause like when I made that video. Wait, what am I looking at? What is my? Did I buy a ship? I know. Like, he's been banned. What? That's not good. Oh God. Plus, like, isn't it quite hard to get banned off? Like, I don't know much about any of that. Part of the reason why I stayed away from the Nexus and stuff is just because I'm not very there's a lot of it, like with the Nexus banning people in Oblivion Remastered. They've been banning people. See, that's what always worries me about those sort of companies stuff. Again, nothing against Nexus personally, but I prefer working like with creations, which is directly Bethesda. Imagine other franchise. Well, no, because that's the thing, and I in the video I try to touch on that because ultimately, people being angry about a lack of updates, it's very valid, you know? Like, I try to be, I try to be very civil, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm pissed. Like, they had a fucking guy in the trailer wearing a Starfield t-shirt, which was cool, little nod. And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, Oblivion fans, we're still working on Elder Scrolls 6, don't worry. It's like, cool. Where's the... Are you going, Spider? All right, catch it. It's like cool. Where's the news on Starfield? Why couldn't you Starfield is your main game, you know? Because the thing too is you can't be it's going to be a 10-year game, because when you say it's a 10-year game, right? That's telling folks that look, it's going to be the sort of thing where we're going to keep updating it. Like, you look at other I see again. I can't remember if I said this on video, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm not, because I basically parrot a lot of what I'm saying to my girlfriend. She kind of has to listen to me bullshit. But you look at other games like that, Destiny, GTA to an extent, Warframe. If you stop playing those games, you can miss out on stuff. So when a company says, look, we're doing a 10-year game, subconsciously, the player's all right, we're going to have to keep playing and stuff and experience all this. What have we experienced since September? Nothing. You know? Why wasn't there a little Christmas update? It wouldn't have been that hard to pull some of this, retexture some of the Atom Store stuff from 76. Same with why not a spring update? Have Easter eggs, like a quest line where you have to go hunting for eggs for I don't know, someone, you know? It's and you're not wrong there, Lucky. It's a new game and how people live. Well, that's the other thing too, because I feel the thing is, with more people playing Oblivion, a lot of people playing Oblivion now have never touched an Oblivion game, and there's probably a lot who've never touched a Bethesda game. So whenever you have a situation like that, people are going to look at your other titles like, I really like what Bethesda do. What else do they do? Oh, they do a post-apocalyptic game. That seems cool. I might play that. Oh, they do a sci-fi game? That's cool. You know, and it's like, obviously it's not GTA Online. I do know that, and I was just kind of, you know, loosely kind of comparing. Let's modify and build a ship. We're talking.
Sure. How about it?
We don't want anything from by April. The single player game hasn't gone online. Those games you mentioned. That's what I mean. Like, because it's a weird one, and it makes me. Oh, I need to activate my thing. It just makes me wonder, like, what's going on behind the scenes. Because you are right there when you said about like they have been dogged on, but like at the same time, right? They're a studio. And like they've been there for a long time. Like the hate that directed towards Starfield is fucking nothing compared to what 76 got. And I always stood by that 76 did not deserve the level of hate. Like it got sued in Australia for what? What was the issue? There was legitimate issue with the collector's edition bait and switch, which is, as someone who is a staunch collector's edition, I would be pissed. I remember Bungie did that with the Raid Jacket and got in trouble too. But regardless of that, like, I don't think 76 deserved the hate it got, and it's still to this day. But that being said, Bethesda, you know, they're a big company. Like, if they're not going to get offended by people talking shit, they can cry into the billions they made by, you know, off of Microsoft buying them, you know? I don't think that's a good excuse. Now, saying that, some companies choose to go silent when it comes to dropping the updates, which is cool. We haven't gotten an update. I would mind if we had, you know, if they had dropped an update. Oh yeah, Marathon's getting fucking slated. Like, it's kind of insane. It's like, it's just, yeah. Like, it's, why am I, oh yeah, let me have notes. You should really, well, I wasn't thinking about Fallout. Yeah, so the issue behind it was with the collector's edition of Fallout 76, it was supposed to come with a specific backpack, like a one made of canvas, I think, kind of, and they bait and switched it last minute. Apparently, what ended up happening, now I don't know how true this is, but they ended up accidentally giving away the backpack to content creators as kind of loot. Now, I never followed up on that, but I don't know how plausible that would be, because Bethesda wouldn't directly control collector's edition stuff. That would be a third-party studio that would have kind of done it. So I'm not really sure, but yeah, there was the issue with the mold and the helmet, but that wasn't Bethesda. That was GameStop had their own helmet. Look down there. It's just well, the thing is, a lot of the issue with Marathon is just people hating for the sake of it was supposed to be canvas. Yeah, it was supposed to be canvas, and they swapped it, which I would be on the same page, to be honest. Like, I'm a big fan of collector's edition sort of stuff, and if it came like that, totally the head of a death shoot. But yeah, no, the stuff with Marathon, like, I look at Marathon, it looks quite interesting. People don't like the art style. Lots, but the NDA being leaked, the new trailer getting destroyed comparison. Yeah, the biggest problem is, yeah, the comparison of Halo and Destiny. First of all, it's an alpha that's like still, like, they're still playing an older version of the game. People don't like the art style, which is fine, but then they keep shitting on it. People saying it's going to be the Destiny killer. I like the extraction shooter, and I like that it's Bungie. I think the art style is the sort of thing like Borderlands where I'll have to play it for myself personally to get a feel for it. But it looks really good. And to be honest, the people bitching that it's an extraction shooter are those PC elitists who have 20 million of them on Steam. Like, console has one extraction shooter, which is Vigor. It doesn't, I mean, Hunt Showdown kind of, but Bethesda has applied me with plenty of entertainment. I don't even, well, that's what I mean. Like, that's why kind of when the Oblivion stuff came out, like, I was happy because why aren't Halo and Destiny fans hating though? I know Halo fans hate everything. It's just like it's I will say, it's very like extraction shooter games are not for everybody. I think it's the best.
How about it?
They're the best way to get people to play PvP games. Because they're far better than your standard battle royale because there's PvE elements. It's a little bit more casual. To be honest, Malloy, I personally think Destiny 1 was probably one of the biggest games of our time. It just did so many things really right. And to even, I don't think Bungie could, like, as they updated the game, they were going well, and then they realized, we've basically hit gold here, but we don't know how to reproduce it. Like the updates, like Destiny 2, they just decided to go a completely different direction, which again, I wasn't against, but fans backlash. This is the big thing, is fans will whinge and complain, and some of it is genuine criticism. But then you've got, like, companies that are just like they just give in. It's like, don't give in. If there's validity to the give in, you know, but don't. Destiny wasn't a blatant attempt at a cash grab. Are you mad? Bom, bom, bom. The other thing, too, is my first Bethesda game was Star Trek Legacy. Star Trek Legacy was by Bethesda? What the fuck? Let me see, what am I kind of bailed? Oh, yeah, no, Destiny 2 was, no, that is fair. Like, they clearly, because, I mean, realistically, like, I remember the leaks of Destiny, like, years ago. Like, they had planned so many, like, expansions for Destiny 1, and then, was it, I'm being careful here because I'm not sure if this is all, what conjecture, speculation. I'm pretty sure Activision came along, did some good stuff with the raid, but then basically convinced Destiny to do... No, it wasn't Activision, actually. No, I don't think it was Activision. Activision did some things good to Destiny. The Dreaming City raid in Destiny was phenomenal. Riven. But they did some other very questionable stuff. But yeah, it's just like, going back to like Starfield and stuff, like I feel like it just feels like we should have gotten updates by now. We should have gotten, you know, like, did I not? Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. They're there. Oh yeah. The funny thing is that will interest me with the extraction shooter. Like, Destiny's multiplayer was piss take, and like I enjoyed it, but I was one of those people who was like, let's just focus on the single player or the PvE, because I always found it funny because when Destiny 1 came out, there was so many games that like, oh, this is the Destiny killer, that is the Destiny killer. No, the only thing that could kill Destiny and did kill Destiny is itself, which is a testament to how fucking powerful it is as a franchise. Oh yeah, like I agree. Like, you fuck them. Like, they're like, at the end of the day, like, it's just I just wouldn't give a fuck what they're saying. It's the same like it's like the same with like 76. It's the same like any game that comes out now. People complain. If it's not fucking Elden Ring or some fucking and again, nothing against Elden Ring. But like, people like to what is the saying? Blow smoke up your arse. They like to blow smoke up specific developers' arses, which credit where credit's due. I do wonder, are we gonna get more gameplay now? Are we're gonna have to get some gameplay, like, because with Arc Raiders now that Marathon is basically like, let's do this. All right, but like, because a lot of people in the comments of the video I did today have been like, oh, are you gonna start with kind of a Bethesda ship, you know? Well, and I agree, like, that's always a stance. I need to start making a ship, so I have an idea for a ship, but that's always kind of the stance I always try to take. Like, don't get me wrong, modders, great. I like modders, I like mods, I cover mods, it's kind of my channel. But I don't like the idea of, and I don't think Bethesda, I like, that's the rumor that Bethesda were hoping that mods are tithing over. I don't think that's what Bethesda was doing. I really hope not, because like mods are cool, but at the same time, like I always say, they're like the cherry on top, and like that's pretty much it. You can't expect modders working for little or nothing to have an idea of, no, not turtle, but in space. I downloaded some cool. See, people were trashing Shattered Space because one, no ship parts, big issue, and the story kind of fell flat. It kind of left you with more question and answers. Now that's just at the end. I still think Shattered Space got so many things really right, to the point where I think that Bethesda now need to implement them into Starfield's like base game. Let's make a little ship. What are we gonna do? We'll do Hope Tech. Content of the devs are kind of left in the wind, new things to build off of. Well, see, that's the thing too. God, that fucking monarch monster is just like, that was a bug combustion. They fixed that after the fact. She was supposed to say a lot more. I don't know why she didn't. It was a bug. I didn't think it was shy. I liked it, but then at the same time, it's like what you were saying, Nolroth, which is a very valid point. It very much shoehorns you into a specific play style. Hello, combustion. And to be honest, I didn't really see it that way initially, but you're damn right. Like, it's pretty much like Nuka World. It's exactly like Nuka World. You have to join this faction if you want to do well. And, you know, I don't like being a bad guy. No adventure. Because the other thing too is they miss the space aspect. Like, yes, and again, I will always stress, it can't be easy to do space stuff. Like space, like even Mass Effect. Like, to the extent of Mass Effect, most of its kind of badass space stuff is cutscenes, you know? It's always, hello there, Michael. It's alright, it's alright. What are we doing Oblivion again? You can ask questions away about Oblivion. Well, no. Yeah, no, what I mean space stuff, guilty, to be fair, what I mean space stuff, I mean like the idea of adventuring in space, you know? Like, we know Bethesda can do like world-based. Like, look, like people are loving Oblivion for, like, because that's the other thing, and I will talk about, I need to build a fucking ship. But like, when it comes to like actually like treating your spaceship like the player, you are the player in your spaceship, and exploring space like you would explore Fallout, like you would explore Skyrim, you know? And in that regard, it's hard to do because space is vast, and Bethesda made it specifically vast to try and do realism, you know? I'd make an excellent bad guy, who knew? Like, I think, Ghost, you said a few times quite early on, like, big derelict ships that you could fly inside of, like, stuff like that, actually, like, set pieces designed for spaceships. Currently, spaceships are cool, but they're only really used for combat, you know? There's no, like, ground-based combat, which I feel like if there was, like, if you could fly your ship on the planet in a limited style, I think space wouldn't matter too much then, because at least you're getting something out of your ship. Oh yeah, no, and 100%, like, that is on them, you know? Like, Oblivion port, well, it's screw. I found an Oblivion port. Like a portal? No, you can go through portals. Broke experimentally. Oof, that's not good. Like, see, yeah, like, because it's one of those things, it's like I was saying, like, about how, like, yesterday, how, like, with aliens and stuff, like, that I think that Bethesda should be very careful with how they do aliens, because realistically, other companies have done it really well, and there's nothing wrong with, like, you know, like, taking some inspiration, but you don't want it to be tropey, you know? And the thing is, I don't think Bethesda would inherently do things all trope-like. But at the same time, it's just, yeah, ooh. Alright, these parts look very fucking cool. We're definitely making a Star Wars themed ship unintentionally. Resources. You need to like work on building Tenebro. Getting that ship build. Starfield will benefit from more ship lore. Yeah, to be honest, the lore thing is what really, like, I think what damages the game probably the most is the lack of kind of lore. Like, what we know about, like, the colony wars is so small and so minuscule that, like, ultimately we glean very little from it, you know? Like, when the game first came out, we had the, I mean, trope is better than nothing. Yeah, that's not wrong. Have to monitor test spawn checks. All right, see you next time, Ghost. Like, like, when you, there's lore is a massive issue with the lack of it. Mods are trying to fill gaps, but it's like not. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like when it comes to like for instance, like it's like the and again, no disrespect to the mod author who did the 2 quest lines, the alien, like the 2 paid quests. They're kind of cool. Kind of wish the mod author would have kind of put a little bit more effort into making it lore friendly and making it like, you know, instead of remake and seeing 30. Yeah, no, I know. Like the books and stuff. And one of the ways you could kind of like, you could respond to like a situation like that, like you can, you know, is the fact that it's more established, you know. I'm saying, you know, a lot. Like Starfield is not as established, but that honestly, that I kind of assumed that because Starfield wasn't as established, we were going to have like situations where, well, basically situations where essentially where you know, like where the developers would actually there's a large amount of lore missing. Oh yeah, no, there is. Hello there, Rongo. That's what I mean. There is, and it's like I honestly expected them to double down and just throw stuff at us, like hit us with some of the heavy hitters early on. You know, like I don't think with the Unity, I don't think you think it's important. I do think it's very important to establish it. Like the Unity or the lack of, you know, Unity stuff is kind of shocking, and I don't think that they're going to tell us who created the Unity, but they could give us more on Starborn, which is what they're doing. But like even like the Colony Wars and stuff like that, like that woman who was writing a book about her experience of Colony War. Yeah, like stuff like that. Like even like the books they have in game, a lot of them are just like real life books, which there's nothing inherently wrong with that necessarily. Yeah, it makes me wonder too, like yay, shipbuilding all the way. See, at this rate, I don't think Bethesda should be saving anything. I think they should be throwing it all at us. Like, look, maybe I'm in the minority here. If Bethesda was to be like, look, we're going to be doing some DLC, paid DLCs and paid expansions, I'd be like, fine. Like, the paid mods is a cool way to monetize the game, but like, if you need money, I will pay for good content. Like, Bethesda, I know you're capable of good content. Like, you're fucking Bethesda, for fuck's sake. You know? Ooh. Oh, we can flip it down. Ooh. Release Starfield 2. No, don't do that. Oh, God. Can you imagine? Well, seems like whenever people flip to dip, it doesn't work. You do shadow drop. See, I'm gonna be honest. I'm hoping we're going to get more before, like, if they're gonna, why wait till June? You know? Like, surely they could have dropped something by now. Like we're in April, it's gonna be May. Like that's, you could argue like, look, a month and a half away, but why not tease us already? Why not give us an update and then be like, don't worry, there's more to come. Here's an update to tide you over. It's just, I just paid for a game I already paid for. That's not mean. It's like a lot, because I feel like a lot of companies are shifting to this kind of model where like they kind of want like players, like Destiny for instance, where like a lot of the stuff is kind of free, but you can kind of pay, you know, like Fortnite for example, you pay a battle pass. I'm not opposed to that, but at the same time, like I'll pay for content, you know? Like, it's like when Apex came out, and remember that people were, like, saying, like, Apex is quite cool, but, like, you know, they wish, like, that it was, you know, that it was kind of different, and the devs were like, oh, it's a free game, you know, shouldn't complain. And people were like, we would have paid for this fucking game. You don't need to make a game free to play, you know? And that kind of model's so long. Oh, no, it has gotten... See, because... I think the DLC model kind of phased out with multiplayer gaming, because when you look at Halo or COD, the multiplayer like map packs would kind of the players would be kind of separated. Actually kind of like how this is looking. Well, I do too, like, to be honest, in a perfect world, I think that they should have done it like they did it with Fallout 4. I'm honestly, there's a part of me that wants to know, like, why didn't you just do Fallout 4 style? Like for instance, like, by, like, what was it, Fallout 4, we got a load of the Workshop DLCs, we got Automatron, straight out the bat almost immediately. Then we got Workshop, Far Harbor, Workshop, Nuka World. Like, we're at the point where if this was any other Bethesda game, they'd be the DLCs had been out by now. And like, they must realize that like you go from Skyrim, right, where they had 2 DLCs, 3 technically, to Fallout, which had 2 expansions, and then like several DLCs. Like, clearly people enjoyed that and were, like, down for that sort of stuff. Like, I'm honestly shocked that Bethesda never did an Automatron-style DLC for this game to allow you to, like, modify, like, your own robot. Like, we've got modders that have done it, but again, it's like, I need to see this, because this is the thing, it's like when people say, like, oh, it should have existed in-game, and, like, the reality is, like, it's true. Problem is the system they're using is more complex than the previous animation, the artwork. And if it takes longer, that could be valid. They should tell us that. Like, why don't they just sit down in front? Imagine our time. Well, it's again, yeah, like COVID kind of, because even like before COVID hit, gamers were like, developers were kind of getting over this whole crunch thing. They hated crunch, and then COVID came along, and obviously completely shifted the landscape. And like ever since then, it's clearly been difficult, to say the least. But then it's just it's a weird one. What's that? How does that look if I put it there? Bot army, battle mech was teased. Battle mechs, yeah. So I mean, like, there's so much stuff teased, and it's like, are we gonna get them, Bethesda? Do you want to give them to us? But it's just, I feel like, introduce a threat that, because I feel like that's probably how they're gonna do it. I thought that they were going to like play into the whole Liberty Prime. I thought they were gonna play into the whole like alternate reality and stuff, because they did tease it. Like, there's that whole like teaser about what's his face, Irving, yeah. And it's all like, oh, we're gonna do this, you know. And I was like, oh, cool, we're gonna like go, you know, alternate reality sort of thing. Like, I honestly thought jumping through the Unity was going to be something like that. But clearly it wasn't. They had like other ideas, which again, that's not inherently a bad thing, but much want. I don't know how I feel about mechs versus Terramorphs, because like I feel like who needs to make great mechs if we get access to the enemy? The fact that there is no like the fact that they don't have like, you know, they haven't allowed command. Nope. There we go. This is definitely definitely looking like a TIE Reaper. What are we missing? Docker landing bay. Docker. Fuck, poor Preston. But even like certain things like the outpost system. Creating your faction would be awesome. Like the outpost system is more like the workshops in Fallout 76, and I don't see the appeal to them because ultimately there's no point to them. You know, like I could understand if you were able to make ship parts, but you can't. So what's the point of them? Like I was hoping we would get to colonize these planets and make little kind of settlements. We can't for some reason. And then what makes it laughable is that like in the Varun DLC, Bethesda gave us, when you complete it, you get some outpost stuff, which is like, what the fuck? Like, again, it goes back to like that. I genuinely think that a lot of the stuff we are seeing, like Shattered Space, what we are seeing with that, was done pre-production before the game launched, and they probably weren't expecting. They probably were expecting the outpost system to be far more enjoyable than, you know, than everything else. And they must have, and this is just all speculation, they must have thought that yeah, that's what I mean. They must have thought we wouldn't like ships, which is fucking mind-blowingly stupid, because this is like one of the first games. Like, I love shipbuilding, you know, I'm a really big fan of Space Engineers. This does it better because it gives you the pre-existing parts. You know, like Space Engineers is cool, but ultimately it's Minecraft, you know? Like, there's not many games that do it. Any game that allows you to kind of build stuff, it's all voxel-based and block-based, you know? Like, the shipbuilding in this is some next-level stuff. It seems like that's the story with a lot of stuff, and to be honest, that is the story of a lot of stuff with Fallout, with Skyrim. You go on YouTube and you Google like, or YouTube like Starfield cook, or not Starfield, but there's probably a lot, but like you YouTube like Fallout 4 cook content, Fallout 3 cook content, Skyrim cook content. With Skyrim, weirdly, a lot of the stuff that they cut, they added back in later on with the, like Heartfire was cut content ideas. Fallout 4 had so much cut content, but it seems like with Starfield, it's like next level content cut, you know? Like, I'm like looking at this and I'm like, what's going on here, you know? Like, where the hell is, you know, what's going on? Yeah, let me grab you. We're gonna move you up a bit. Boom. Oh, grab. No. Come here. Because the other thing that kind of like makes me wonder, like, how aware Bethesda are, right, is the fact that people are looking at Starfield. Like, Oblivion is awesome, right? Look, it's awesome. Fucking hands down, good job, Bethesda. Like, you probably have made the game of the year. It'll never be on fucking any of those big game awards because it's not made by Sony, you know? But they literally probably have made a game that fans are going, like, all the new are going to be playing for the rest of the year and probably for the rest of the decade, because Oblivion is like such an iconic game. But with Fallout 5 on the horizon and the new Elder Scrolls, right? Are they not worried fans are going to look at Starfield and look and be like, okay, so Starfield, their current IP, it's gotten one major expansion and like 2 updates in 2 years? You know? Is that how it's going to be for Elder Scrolls 6? Is that how it's going to be for Fallout 5? That's not a good look, you know? I'm going to be honest, I highly doubt it, because Elder Scrolls is their bread and butter. They can't fuck up Elder Scrolls. And I'm not saying they fucked up Starfield, because I don't think they did. I think they got some things wrong, and lack of fucking ship parts, very wrong. But like, it's just weird. Oh, you know, Oblivion, it's a banger. It is a banger of a game, and I'm glad, because like more people saying like Skyrim, great game, but I always preferred Oblivion because I just liked how it felt. It felt more kind of uncut. Mechs, you could upgrade Vasco to a mech. Vasco as a mech would be very dangerous, but I do like the idea of it. Like there's just, yeah, there's like I'm praying. I'm hoping they announce something before June, but like we know they're working on something. Like maybe that's hopium in me. We will definitely be getting something in June. But I just don't think it's good enough, you know? Same experience. Oh god. But I feel like Bethesda should I think Daggerfall is the best. I've never played it. It's kind of too old school for me. I tried Morrowind and was like, no thank you. I don't like that when you attack, you roll a dice. Like Baldur's Gate was kind of, you know, cool for that, but no, fuck that. But yeah, like again, like there's not armory all in one. The announcement may have a delay. No, don't say that, Michael. Don't say that. God, no, don't say that. You're not wrong, Paulus. I definitely am. Like I am unapologetically very, well, not like I'm not an idiot, you know, like I'm hopeful and probably slightly naive, but I don't think Bethesda are like the bad men, you know, the bad guys. Now I don't think anybody seriously thinks they are, you know, but not that one. No, not you. The other one. Where's the other one? There, yeah, you. Bum, bum, bum. That could. Oh god. Like the other thing that's kind of crazy. Yeah, no, November would be like they're going to. That's the other thing is the GTA thing. They're gonna have to release it early. Well, they don't have to. But I just think you just, yeah. Like, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I'm hoping every day. I'm hoping we get something, you know, some news. We need to find like a janitor or low-level employee Bethesda, and we pay them to like find Todd Howard's office, break in, put up a poster that says ship parts please, and also update please. You know, and that's the thing, like the POI system, like adding stuff like that could have been like, again, it's a good idea, Like, because I think that's one of the criticisms the game gets is like how they do the POI system. And like to be honest, these parts are actually really cool. Very Star Wars-esque, but really cool. Engines and fuel tank. Someone's got to take one of the team in an RLT's guild mission to leave a message. Oh god. Don't, if you do it, dude, it cannot fall back on any of us. We saw nothing. Why are you... Remember, there's no Fight Club. Like, the thing is, Bethesda have probably made, like, quite a decent amount of money off of ship parts. No. Okay. If I randomly die, know that Bethesda got to me. How do you know? I'm actually trying to make, like, a TIE Reaper. Because the TIE Reaper looks really cool, but I don't know whether to lower it a little bit. Like, what if we lowered? How would it look if we lowered it? Oh. It just sends you straight to Skyrim. Like, no, Todd, not Skyrim, you mad bastard. I'd much rather Oblivion. I'd have an easier time surviving. Okay, now we've just made like some sort of weird amalgamation of a ship. Imagine the news, their folk. Do they want the like 150 of us playing Starfield still to riot? Because we'll riot, we'll fucking do it, you know? Well, that's the thing, but I don't think they're going to like focus on it. And realistically, they have more than enough staff that they shouldn't need to. They kind of... When $10 mod shut up, I gave up. Yeah, to be honest, I don't disagree with you, Michael. I think that I feel like when you start charging that much money, it gets very questionable. You're a rake. I don't think they are, but I'm not sure how many. Well, that's the other thing too, because it's like you know, what is their game plan? Like, ooh, fuck me, these parts look cool. You know, like, are they gonna just keep going with it? Are they gonna like is the 10-year plan still up? Still on? Like, I'm assuming it is, but at the same time, when you get nothing from them... Skyrim re-release. Not necessarily, because anything that was... Again, I don't really know. I would assume anything that was like pre-written or, you know, like pre-done wouldn't cause issue, but you never really know. I'd say I really the drop ship parts. Oh yeah, no, like I honestly I don't know why they haven't you can voice act for free, but generally speaking, if you do something like that, they won't allow you to. See, I don't know the full story about the SAG stuff, but I've seen like things online that like the voice acting guild have been like harassing some lower level voice actors to not do stuff. Like I'm honestly surprised. Like, we've seen like modders like put out some really really cool ship parts. And that's just a modder. That's like, you know, a dude, you know, in his free time. Bethesda gets paid, you know? Like, how, like, the ship parts should be coming with every, you know, every update. Every major update. Like, we should be getting at least one update per season. Very least, you know, one every 3 to 4 months. Should come with new weapons, new armors, you know? And technically we did get new armors, but they're fucking hidden behind oh, 100% guilty. Like, it's at the point now where ultimately, no matter what they do, yeah, no, it's yeah. Like, they are going to get a ton of backlash regardless of what they do, but that's the problem or the issue with that is that they need to be able to kind of determine. This is the Antares mod. I plan on doing a review of it. How does it actually take to color? That's my biggest issue. Did I not select all of that? What the fuck? Eh? How the fuck did you manage that, my good man? Alright, it looks like, oh, that doesn't color? What? How the fuck did you manage that not to color? What the fuck? It doesn't have any color. It looks awesome. It's one of these things where, like, I really wish the mod author would kind of go in and make the textures match. Everyone cries Starfield got a lot of hate and it wasn't warranted, but Bethesda answers 8 months. Yeah, 8 months of content. No, they need to. Damn it. Alright, we're not using these wings. Oh, we are gonna keep using this ship though, because I have an idea for it. Bum, bum. I'm gonna use the thingy. Bum bum bum. Like, it's just ultimately with Bethesda, we just have to wait and see. Like, because the thing too. The old people. I mean, I don't inherently think that. Ooh, what about that? That looks kind of. We're doing something there. We're doing something. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't like anyone that thinks they're gonna abandon it's fucking crazy. It does feel like it, but I don't think that's the case. Where's my wings? Ah, shit. It is very, it's not a turtle. Stop saying it's a turtle. It's a very unique game, and I think that Bethesda have kind of hit a bit of a banger with it being like with the shipbuilding and stuff and the vehicles. Like, it's awesome. You know, like, they need to commit though, you know? Like, don't listen to the oh no, let's not do that actually. There's nothing inherently wrong with the turtle. There's just nothing right with it either. I need to stick you there, but I don't know. Faithful to the Obivia drop. Now I'm disappointed where they are. That's what I mean. It's like, I am actually trying to do some sort of a Dragonfly type ship. That's the thing too, though, because like in one way, like Oblivion's fucking awesome, but at the same time, it's kind of like, bruh. Because even like the thing with Oblivion, like we don't. I've been saying this. We don't know like how much of Bethesda, because like if we think right realistically, they're working on multiple games, so we can say they're probably working on Elder Scrolls. So well, let's hope that like at least 60% of the company is working on their current title, which is Starfield, right? Let's say 30% is working on or maybe 20% is working on Elder Scrolls 6. 10% is working on Fallout. And then the other 10% was working with Virtuos. Hopefully, right? Like, now that the Oblivion stuff is done, like, it shouldn't take long for them to, does that fit that? Oh, it does, actually. This is the piece I want. I really hope that's not the case, personally, because it's still a long way out, and like there's more than enough of them in it to kind of not circumvent, what would you say, like to like my understanding, you mentioned the team is broken up, smaller teams focus on their settings, franchises. That's what I mean. Like they're big enough that you would assume that they can manage stuff. But then saying that, like we spoke a little bit earlier or before, we said in the past, more people or more what is saying? Too many chefs spoil the broth or the soup. That's why it's probably beneficial for Bethesda to kind of cut the teams to smaller, smaller teams. Like I literally, I've been saying, like what. I'm not a game developer, like I'm not a modder, but I don't know why they don't have, let's say, like they don't have a small team working on like planetary POIs, Like their job is like, all right, you guys just make new POI like for planetary generation. Every update, they just throw it out, Team working on ship parts. Just throw it out there, like even if that was like what was coming with the like the updates, like the non kind of DLC updates, was basically just like ship power. What is this? Like ship parts. There's something. Oh, why is this so hard to grab some of these pieces? Jesus Christ. Whoever's making Trinity, can you please fix the snap points? God, Jesus. We'll do... Alright, those in Trinity halls. Well, that's to be honest, that's one of the, like a lot of the people that left Bethesda or like have no longer work with Bethesda have said that like Todd Howard is like he's like really good to work with and stuff, but he's involved in everything, which in one way that's good, but at the same time that's also quite problematic. What the fuck did I just do? Because you don't want, you want with the developer and stuff. There isn't a Barclay surety have done. Yeah. Like I really like look, they're a business at the end of the day, and I feel like the last thing they're going to do would be to come out and be like, this is why we've had, you know, why we're radio silent. But I would like something, like, I feel like even if we get a new update, like, they're going to need to clarify to us, like, going forward, what's, you know, like, what's going to be happening going forward, like, shit, fuck. Like, are we going to, is it going to be like the new update that comes out? Is that going to be the only main thing until like next year, and we just kind of sit and wait again? And again, it goes back to what I was saying about Skyrim, yeah, or the next Elder Scrolls. Like, is it going to be like that again? Like, where the next Elder Scrolls are just kind of sit and wait? Like, I really hope that's not the case. And like, maybe there was maybe look, maybe the stuff with Oblivion, like, and like the supposed PlayStation port, you can kind of, there's a degree of kind of understanding, but ultimately it goes back to they should have told us stuff. You know, it's not hard to tease a fucking picture of a ship part or a new armor, the fucking barrel of a gun, you know, maybe once a week on Twitter or, you know, TikTok or on, you know, their other social media platforms. I just don't know why, you know? Oh, it can be. Like, 100%, little teasers like that would. And they have sustained. Yeah, that's what I mean. We can understand nothing because we have been told nothing, you know? And it's like the stuff with Oblivion. Like, a lot of people are playing and hyping up Oblivion, which is like cool. Like, Oblivion's awesome. But then there's like the worry of like, okay, like, you know, people are playing Oblivion, but like, what about us, Todd? What about, you know, ship parts? Where's all that shit gone? You know, we want our ship parts. Yes, to be honest, Space Engineers is an amazing game, and I have been really tempted to play it to kind of showcase it because I'm a big fan of Space Engineers 1. My biggest issue is, one, I'm primarily a console gamer. Like, I'm playing on PC now, but I only play games that are also on console. And I like Space Engineers 2 is currently only on Steam, and it's probably only going to be on Steam for the next, like, probably 2, 3, 4 years before it'll get to Xbox, which is annoying because it's like, I know you want to beta test your shit, but like, you could beta test it on Xbox, you know? There's a lot of people out there that would be more than happy to beta test their stuff for you. Even like, yeah, like simple stuff like that, like the color system. What are we missing? All modules need to be above the landing bay. No, what's not above the landing bay? My engines? What's not above the landing bay? Is it the engines? Engines. What's not above the landing bay? Alright, these pieces can get fucked. Yeah, like, they honestly, I don't think they can, and like, if they did, I would be shook it beyond like compare. All modules must be above the landing bay. Can you explain to me what's not above the fucking landing bay? Are you fucking serious? All right, we're not using them. God damn it. I was hoping they would work, but apparently they won't. Damn it, we're gonna have to use the, do the normal ones work? Yeah, no, why do the normal ones work? What the fuck? What's going on? What damage plates? Varun Sev has them, they're very finicky. Don't like Varun Sev only because they don't like they belong in the game. For example, they hired Last Stand Gamer, someone has previously stolen. Oh god. Oh god. So I know of the Last Stand Gamer guy, to be honest, and I remember he used to be quite prominent with VS stuff, weird bugger and one a lot. It's always interesting to me when companies kind of go to kind of like community. Like it's always weird when they kind of reach out to like content creators, because like as somebody who's a small time content creator, it's like they're kind of an unknown variable, you know? They haven't been kind of, you know, like, let's say they don't work in a normal environment where like there's a HR and they kind of know what to say and what not to say. So I'm always like, kind of, when you see stuff like that, you're always like, is it worth the risk? Being said, Todd, if you ever want to get me on stream, I will be very good and I won't swear, I promise you. Yeah, I don't know much like about that. I used to like really like the I used to like watching is it Captain the Jack guy? He used to do like the kind of the machinima stuff on Space Engineers. That was kind of what got me into Space Engineers, to be honest. All right, what are we doing? So we need engines. All right. We need an engine. What do we put here? Eh? What was it? That looks stupid. Let's not do that. Bum bum bum. You don't know. You're hiring. That's the other thing, yeah. Like, you don't really know who you're working with. And to be honest, I've seen it backfire massively a lot of the time. Like with Bungie, I remember there was one. It was I don't know if anybody's maybe you watch Bungie, but I remember Bungie in Destiny 1, I think. There was a content creator called Professor Broman, and they brought him on as a kind of a community streamer, kind of to, you know, and he laid into them hard about how certain guns were really poorly done. And it was funny because he wasn't wrong, but you could tell Bungie were kind of like, fuck. And you see it constantly. Like, remember the time they got the, there was that one, I don't know if you've seen the clip, it's like super cringy. Again, nothing against the person themselves, you know, I probably would shit the bed too. But they got, there was like a really famous YouTube channel, a boyfriend and girlfriend that would prank one another. And I think Jesse was the guy's name. And they got him to do like a kind of one of the E3s for, was it EA? And he was like the announcer. And despite this guy being on camera all the time and being able to play up, my God, he could not do like the kind of he couldn't do the live stream kind of commentate, you know, not live stream, but like the announcer kind of host. And I feel for him because you can tell he's in over his head. But yeah, it's just, but even like, to be honest, even like with regards to, and this is where Crim's probably going to say something controversial and get people triggered, but like I have nothing against like modders as a whole, but like when Bethesda brought out that first big update, like that talked about the creations and stuff, and they had some big modders that have been quite prominent in the Bethesda community, and they brought them on to hype them up and stuff, and then it's like, oh yeah, these modders are going to work on this. Where are they now? There's only 2 of them actively making mods for Starfield. Technically 3. Like, Bethesda, in my opinion, shit the bed by kind of assuming kind of that like these, because again they have a repertoire, they have a reputation built with these modders, which is fair, but they should have probably looked at like who's actually active in the Starfield modding community, because, and again, nothing against the modders personally, but I just think like when it comes to like a representation, it's just very much like, come on now. I love Bethesda can also be semi-blamed. Oh yeah, no, 100%. That is a valid thing that is true, but I never actually made reference to it in my video, and that's a very fair point. Like when a modder leaked the rover, it just, oh no, there are modders. No, they're 100% Recon. I'm not saying they're not modders. The point I'm saying is in that video they had modders they work with, and the only ones currently still working like on Starfield is Unoctium and I think Eleonora. Now I think there's one more that's technically working, but the other ones have kind of just, I think, went back to Skyrim, which is fair, but it's like, yeah, it's just, and it like, again, that was back when they were launching. Oh, okay, yeah. That was back when they were like first launching the game. So obviously, look, they didn't know what was going on, but I think they should have waited a little bit, because like you look at like the kind of the landscape of like Starfield's like modding community now, it's very clear who like you. I mean, it's always going to be like, it's all. Hold on, why am I looking down? Am I hitting my mouse? No, I'm not. Like it's very clear like who's the prominent modders and who are the big dogs. And again, nothing against anyone, because like Bethesda, ultimately, like we were saying there, Bethesda are going to go with people they know that they can work with and aren't going to cause drama, you know? Like but it's just, yeah, it's just like, it's just a kind of another example of kind of Bethesda putting trust in, and again, not saying they didn't, but like with the rover leak, like Bethesda clearly had, like Bethesda have a very good working, or always had a very good working relationship with their modding teams. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's modders out there now at like the work with Bethesda that know what's going on at Bethesda, but I guarantee you that number is a lot smaller than it used to be, because the people or person who leaked the rover. And have you seen the Chromatic Cosmos mod? I have not. Sorry, I didn't see that. What sort of mod is that, Jackson? Oh, it may. Ooh, I'll have to do a review of that. That's actually pretty cool. Like, I like mods like that. Like, obviously, they're completely cosmetic and optional, but at the same time, very cool. Some people chase social capital more than generally wanted to make money, and that's 100. I agree with you 100%, Malloy. And like, you see it in every single industry, you know, and it's again, it's like the clout kind of chase, you know. But it's just again, we have no way of knowing. What the fuck is my controller doing? Is it fucking stick drifting already? But it's just, yeah, like if that's probably partially or somewhat to blame. Now look, regardless, that's not a good enough excuse for, but fucking Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, it was. And that really fucking annoyed me, Dong. Hello there, by the way, Dong. Like the level of animosity in the kind of the Elder Scrolls community. You know, I just got this for fucking Christmas. What the fuck? Where like they're like, oh, Skyblivion's team, oh, they're fucked, haha, fuck you, Skyblivion. Like, oh, I hope Oblivion remaster fails because Skyblivion modders know. But it's like, shut the fuck up. Two things can exist in the same ecosystem and be good. they're two different entities. One is working on using the Skyrim engine, which is going to be a completely different experience than Oblivion, which is, you know, plus it's just, yeah, it's just such a weird one. Exactly. Let them both be good or bad, you know? Like this idea, like, and it goes back to the shit like what Guilty was saying about Marathon and like all these other games. Like people just like talking so much fucking shit. And it's not even substantial, you know? Alright, let me... I'm kind of getting there with the ship, I think. Like, I do genuinely think, like, if Bethesda, to be honest with you, I think I'm always remember GTA Nation, the big project that combined the maps. All right, Papas, have a good one. Like the like the people like Rooks and in Trinity, everyone's asking for and I'm gonna be honest with you, J-Bogey, I would love a Morrowind remaster, but it's still awesome that we get Oblivion, you know? Like, down the road in a couple of years' time, yes, it would be so fucking... Because I never really got to... I tried playing it, and the graphics just killed it for me. And apparently, like, a lot of people said Marathon fucking Morrowind, because I love the area in Elder Scrolls Online. But what was I gonna say anyway? Like I'd love to see Bethesda reach out to some of the like the guys like Rooks who does the flips in Trinity, like Tennessee, like, you know, the list could go on. Easy to get away, just yeah, exactly. But like realistically, Bethesda should be hitting them up and just implementing it into the game, like the flips mod. It's vanilla as fuck. It's so cool. It's amazing, you know, like. I would like Bethesda have in the past added stuff into the game for modders, and I'm always hopeful that, you know, that they're gonna kind of do the right thing. Oh, it increases the top speed. We might have to, but that being said, we ultimately don't really know. You know, like I'm always hopeful that, because that would be ultimately the best thing currently for the shipbuilders like myself and most of us, is if they basically were to remaster, if they were to just kind of combine all these like ship flip parts mods and like the merging, and just give us it, you know, give us full creativity with all this stuff. See, but here's the thing, right? Ultimately, they wouldn't, because when you make a free mod using Bethesda's assets, it's still theirs, you know? Now, I don't think they wouldn't just be like, haha, mine now. It's not a fucking turtle. It's probably a turtle. I'm trying to make it. It's supposed to be like an armored dropship. But if someone, like, if you make a mod that like people love, and then Bethesda come to you and are like, we'd love to implement this into the game, you'd be stupid to say no, because then you're just selfish. Now that being said, I'm going to be completely... I've been doing my research on like modding as a whole from different games. Like anything else, some modders who are very good have fucking huge egos. Like, I'm talking, you know, like throw the toys out of the pram. But I would like to think like the likes of Rooks and I don't know who makes in Trinity Arrowworks. I apologize, because they've done phenomenal fucking work. Ego from experience. Oh, me egotistical, never. What am I missing? Ship has too few engines. Well, I'm gonna fucking add engines. Oh, honestly, and that's, to be honest, that you're not wrong. Like, I've had a few like DMs, which I will say for forewarning. If anybody who's a modder, if I ever like do a slightly negative review on your mod, and you DM me, I probably won't respond, because I feel that it would be disingenuous, because it'll either be a situation where you'll probably try and be like, oh, I didn't mean this, and then I'll feel bad, which I don't want to, or you'll try to flame me, in which case I'll just bully you. Well, I won't actually. But like, I've had modders reach out to me and be like, you know, thanks you know, for highlighting this and stuff. But I've also, oh, thank you. I'm very proud. We're working on getting it like live. I just need someone who knows how to make paid mods but like has no morals. It's very hard. Actually, it's not that hard. But like, yeah, it's just, yeah, like a lot of, there has been situations where like people have kind of like, and not too many necessarily, but I've seen them. Like I don't always comment on it because ultimately I like to be as positive as possible. Oh God, I don't know about that. Like, but I'm kind of aware of like, because you look on like Nexus and stuff, some modders are very, very toxic or very much like, oh, your mod doesn't work. Oh, it's probably your fault. Like, my guy, you're supposed to be helping them. They want to play the thing you made. Don't fucking blame them or my girl. I'm not, specifying. But modders put their stuff all over. It's, to be honest, that's the other thing too, is when like when modders do something awesome like not Star UI, Praxis, and then they just kind of like they just step away, and it's kind of like, no, you had such a good fucking like I'll tell you an example of a mod author that is the guy or gal who made Astrogate, pulling it from Xbox. That was so fucking stupid because that mod was fucking amazing, and like. Yeah, no, I know. Can we moan about them not update? That is fair. Like, I really hope the Astrogate, and maybe it's come back. I haven't looked too much into it, but if it hasn't, it really needs. Oh, Timmy. I will say, Ace, we're not gonna. I'm not trying to do a flame war of. I know that the DareTech guy has had some issues, and stuff, but I don't want to specifically. We want to keep the chat free of. The modder stuff, because I don't want to like flame anyone or anything like that. And obviously I wasn't specifically talking about, I was just saying in general. But yeah, if you want to mortgage the house, I've got a Patreon. It's called Shrek's Big Feet 69. If we hit 1 million subs, I will 100% release that paid mod. I just need to figure out how the CK works. Then we'll get there. So it's in your hands, guys. You want the best mod ever? Yeah, I'll do it for you. What are we missing? What am I missing? Engines? How you do? No one misses you when they're gone. Let me up. That's the way. Feet. Have you found the lean planet? What the fuck is the lean planet? Lean as in that thing that's like kind of a drug? And me need to check. Oh god, what are you checking? All right, let's build this little ship. Ooh, we might have to check that. I'm needing what was I missing? I need engines. How am I going to do engines? Funny. That was Mona's OnlyFans. We're sharing it, okay? We're sharing it. We're doing like a kind of a tax haven-y thing, she set it up in Scotland. It's all legit by the books, not really, but friendly. What is VTI? I still don't have a what is VTI? To be honest, that's the other thing. Like with the achievement friendly mods, I said it before, but like people making achievement friendly mods and then needing a patch, it's like, what are you doing? Come on now. Varun Technical Institute. I apologize, Recon. I now know who. Okay, because your name. I realize now who you are. It took me ages because when you were talking about, because I remember the name, and I was like, who's that person? Why does that sound familiar? And then you started talking about the CK and stuff. Now I know. Fair enough. But yeah, no one, and again, but the thing is, right, is I'm going to be honest with you, Recon. People really like the achievement friendly mods, which I do think it's I don't know what the word is, but it's kind of a weird one personally, because like I always say, I'm sorry, Grant, I'm sorry. Like, then you don't, I knew the name. I was like, that name sounds familiar, but who the fuck are they? No, but like, yeah, like I've always been on the boat of like, you don't really need achievement friendly mods personally, but then I'm an achievement, whore. Like, I think I have one more achievement to do for Shattered Space, and I've never got around to it. Hello, Mona. Speak of the devil. But I would honestly, like, look, your habs are awesome, and if you want to do, like, achievement friendly, people want it. Not everyone agrees with achievement friendly, and to be honest, I think I've said hundreds of times, I think in a perfect world, I think verified creators should be allowed to make achievement friendly mods for free. But look, Recon, people are doing it. Fucking do it yourself. Like, get some money back. Like, you did good work with the habs, Like, there's people out here fucking making shithousery mods for fucking mad prices, And yeah, became long term is to make a ship AI that a ship AI would be fucking cool. It would be fucking so cool. Like, I think I need my like Cortana / That's the end. Will, I'm in the same boat, to be honest with you. Like, I think the thing is with achievement friendly mods, a lot of people, what have I been trying to play for the last 20 minutes, Engines? I think a lot of people, we're talking about achievement friendly mods. We're just kind of talking about lack of content, big one, yes. Bethesda being Bethesda. But the thing with like achievement friendly mods is people like tend to kind of, there's like a group of people that see it as like, okay, it's achievement friendly, it must be legitimate. Achievement friendly has no audio bugs on Series X. I'm sure it's a Bethesda thing, but I need stability. Which achievement friendly mod? Here we have Oblivion. Honestly, that's a valid point, and I like Oblivion, but I also like Starfield. I'm in the middle. I'm like, please, Bethesda, don't make me choose. Just using them over free. Because people will look at the achievement friendly mods and stuff and they'll be like, the stability is something, Harry, that like Bethesda do need to figure it out, because no matter what what console you're on, or like what, I need engines. No matter what you're on, it's all over the place. To be completely honest with you, it's fucking all over the place. Sometimes it works phenomenally. Most times it doesn't. Like, sometimes I'll go into Neon, I'll be like, hey, Neon finally works. Sometimes I'll go in it, like, fucking running, like, abysmally. Depends if you want to show ripped assets in for the clout. Blah, 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 blah. Who gets a new game and immediately mods? I do, to be honest, I do tend to agree with you, when it comes to, like, I think with modders, it's like what you're saying, like, Malloy, a lot of people will do it for the kind of the clout, like they want to kind of be like, yeah, we're modders, we're cool, and I get that, like, I'm not gonna, but I do, is it a time-lapse in Lido? I like, sometimes I'm like, Neon, how you, oh, yep, Neon, you're doing fucking great as usual, love to see it. But like, yeah, like, cause the thing too, and again, it comes down to like personal opinion. But like, I've had people like say to me, like, in like streams and comments, like, they don't like playing Bethesda games, like, unless they're heavily modded. And I'm always like, did he win? Wait, why is Chris Eubank fighting Shari? Isn't he fucking like old? Fair play to him though. I've always been a fan of him, and I know very little about him, so yeah. But like, come on, fucking get in there, you dirty bastard. There we go. Nah, fuck. I just realized I've kind of accidentally made the made the fucking landing ship from fucking Destiny. The what was I gonna say? You want your own bender. Wanted by the Syndicate. Oh god. Oh, it's his son. Oh, thank you. I was wondering. All right, Malloy, have a good one. Thanks for hopping in. Fair enough, fair enough. I was wondering why you were saying his son. I thought you were saying hi son to like fucking Shari. I was like, what the fuck? Is there something going on here I missed? All right, how are we gonna do engines? Well, can we stick some... Apparently Elite Dangerous recently got a new... Elite Dangerous got like a new ship and it looks kind of sick. Hi, mom. That's why I was like really good. Like, okay, like Mona, am I missing like an inside joke here or something? Hello there. Oh, it is. We're trying to build a dropship, and it's kind of ended up looking like the kind of ended up looking a bit like the one from Destiny, the Cabal dropship. Like, you're not wrong, Recon. Like, see, the paid mods one, it's always weird to me because, like, on paper, it's not a bad idea. It's a really good idea. Like, outsourcing some creative content. Like, it's not a fucking turtle, leave me alone. But like outsourcing creative content, you know, to independent modders, you know, guys and gals who can make some cool stuff and make a buck. It's like, it's a great idea, and it just kind of shows that, like, again, I think like a lot of, you should make an Amazon delivery. That's not a bad idea, actually. I've always wanted to like try and do like a big kind of freighter-y type thing. Like, it's a good idea, and it just shows that, like, Bethesda clearly, like, wants to, you know, they want to allow the modders to, you know, to kind of prosper. But like you said, the issue is that there's one party versus another party, and then you have paid mods. Yeah, like, to be honest, I do agree with you, Mona, and Michael was saying that earlier. I think once you start, like, €10 for, and look, it's very clear who we're talking about, you know, like, not talking, no disrespect towards Wicked specifically. I think he's still the only kind of paid mod out there. Nothing against him personally, but you're like, the whole idea of paid mods is you're kind of keeping them small and cheap, you know, under a $5, maybe like a little bit over a $5. Like, once you start getting up there, it's getting to the point where it's like, look, it may have taken you like a long time to do all this, you know? Exactly, Michael. Like, you charging people a tenner for something, that's like €1, €2, €3, or dollars for, you know, like, it's like fair enough, you know. You can just, when you start kind of jumping up the price like that, it gets really tricky, you know. How does that look? It's just, yeah, it gets very tricky because you have like this situation. That was one of my other worries, Mona, was, and again, I'm not disrespecting Wicked. I know he's a very talented modder. Like, Darkstar is beloved by a lot of people, but the other worry is, like, it's more people are going to look at that and be like, I could do that. Like, we've had some very questionable paid mods, you know. And I'm going to be honest, I thought the hard limit was around 800 credits, €8. But yeah, it's just, yeah, they should have a pricing system. And I know that's kind of a weird one because, like, it's very kind of, you know, like, people like their capitalism to an extent, and like having a kind of a specific pricing system, it gets very tricky because you have situations where basically, you know, people basically can't. Yeah, that's the worry. Yeah, exactly. That is going to be the worry. It should be a full-on, like, a DLC, because, like, realistically, it's like the Shattered Space was what, like 40? I have the new Plasma. What are we saying? Five followers requests. I think that makes for low fruit mods like UI color. I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw a UI mod, and I plan on I like doing videos partially criticizing, but also talking shit. Because some of it, but I did see a mod, and it was a paid mod just for Xbox. And it was like €4, and all it did a couple of things, but the main thing was it changed the color. And I'm like, excuse me? You're charging €4 to change the color when we could do that in every other fucking game? I used to love making my like Pip-Boy and stuff all like fucking blue and red and green. And and again, it goes back to this whole thing where like, I feel like, see, there's a part of me that's worried that like Bethesda's going to end up getting annoyed at me if there is somebody there that like is like, oh, that fucking Irish I won't say that word. I would say that Irish idiot is talking about our paid mods again. Nearly got myself cancelled there. That was sarcasm. Yeah, it's just yeah. And again, Rob, I'm not like this. Ultimately, it comes down to personal opinion, you know. And I'm not gonna sit here and like pretend like I'm not the be all end all, you know. Like oh damn it, I don't like how it does that. What if we came out of it? 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 There we go, that's funny. Like here with Starfield mods are low-end, it's turn. The Overlord. Oh god. Well, that's see the other thing too is like is like as much as like someone like, you know, may make a paid mod and it may be the ultimate shit show, I don't like being like rude, because like at the end of the day, like I always say, Bethesda allowed it, you know, so Bethesda ultimately has the final say. That doesn't look too bad. See, I'm the moderator. Oh god, no. Like, I'm honestly surprised that there wasn't like the ability to kind of do like skin packs and stuff. It's like, what's going on? Where's our skin packs, Bethesda? Like, and I know they do like the free stuff, but like, come on, Bethesda, give us some sugar, you know? That's at the end of the day, it is Bethesda. And that's why, like, anytime I make a video, like, kind of complaining, it ultimately ends with, like, it's ultimately Bethesda's fault. Like, they're the ones that have to kind of, they have the, you know, it's their bar, you know? Like, it's like, somebody's gonna do a cash grab. There's a part of me, it's like, if you can fucking do it, you know? It's deplorable and morally wrong, and I don't abide by it, but, like, look, you know, some people gotta eat, and then some people gotta clearly fucking sell a free fucking 3D asset weapon for a lot of money. They could put, like, I'm gonna, like, Harry, to be honest with you, right? When it comes to the shipbuilder stuff, one of my biggest concerns has always been the paid ship mods, because I believe that with paid ship mods, it shouldn't be a thing unless you're doing crazy work. If Bethesda implemented, we know it's possible, but if Bethesda implemented a ship blueprinting system like Space Engineers has, it'd be so good, you know? Like, I could share my ships with you guys. You could share my ships to a Mona's mod review where there's just literally like 10 minutes of you talking and I'm like trying to fucking subtitle what's going on. Oh, they have like, they've done it like a decent job. And to be honest, the thing too is, are you verified? I'm assuming you're a verified creator, Green, right? Because I know that your like your mod was, yeah. I'm assuming you are, but like, the thing is I don't know anything. All right, no bother, Grandma. I don't know anything going on, like, with the kind of the pay. Okay, cool, good, because you fucking better be. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes and stuff because there's a lot of NDA stuff, but it does make me wonder, like, from what I've gathered and from some of the stuff that's like gone through and kind of been let through, it seems like Bethesda needs to tighten that kind of leash on what's allowed as a paid mod. Hello, Lee. It's not a turtle. Well, it's a fucking turtle. Yeah, it's a turtle. Okay, we're not. We need to, where am I going to put the engines? Crimson Star Yard. I like turtles. Fuck off. Do you have a nightmare? But I don't. No, I don't. What? I wake up every night in balls of sweat thinking that we may never get ship parts and I may die at the ripe old age of 47 for some reason because I don't look after myself and I will never have seen Bethesda ship parts, and that scares me, honestly. I'm hoping that that we actually get Bethesda ship parts. But you never know. Tomorrow's a new day, you know. You can wake up and feel sad because there's no ship parts. We should live the legacy. Fuck off with you. I've built nicer ships than my fucking turtles. I've worked really hard on some of these ships. Alright, we need to I need to fucking put some engines on these fucker. Jesus, you and I. Yeah, but you work in a far more dangerous environment. You know? You do a space whale. I did one. I don't know if you watched me back then, but I did one. I did like a really cool kind of space whale. It's like the day ship parts come out is the day I die. We do need more rounded ship parts. Still, no, I'm working on it. Okay, I got distracted. It's all your guys' fault, not mine. Jesus Christ, that's how I learned I'm immortal. Oh, all right. Engines. How will I feel? I'll be very pissed off if we don't get ship. In the next update, I would be on a scale of 1 to 10. I would probably be like a 5 or a 6. The next expansion that I pay money for, I will be 11. We ride at Dawn and Riot. Oh, on 2 parts. Crimson Fleet Rearm is fucking awesome. And, like, that's an example of well-done ship parts. Because there's also a part of me that's kind of like, come on, Bethesda. You're Bethesda. You're fucking... Show these people how it's done. Oh, no, maybe don't do that. No, maybe don't do that. Her own Star Yard. The future I mean with the show is them talking to Todd and 7 up Todd's head. Oh God. Jesus Christ. As exec lurking in chat. Cancel the ship parts. We're not responsible for this. No, I will happily die so that ship parts can become a reality. More Stroud. Yeah, vehicle bays that work is like, please. But because, see, this is the thing, right? Like, mod authors have done phenomenal jobs with stuff, right? Like, awesome stuff. And you're not wrong, Downfall. Like, that's why they're so fucking good, is because that they followed the kind of the design. And, like, fair dues to them. Like, because Flight Control, I believe it is, like, a lot of people, when they do their kind of their ship mods, they kind of do their own style, which, look, nothing against it. Personally, I always say that, like, I prefer people to try and follow, like, the design philosophy of the game, because, yeah, it's going to be harder, but it's just going to be more, you know, it's just better, you know? No, well, they're not Mona, but it's more so talking to the fact is Avowed. I would say Game Pass it, Choco, if you can. Get Game Pass for a month. It's very good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Oblivion is better, in my opinion. And if you haven't played Oblivion, I mean, get Game Pass. You get both of them for free. Concept art is always incredibly diverse. I will say, anyone who hasn't looked at the concept art, anyone who hasn't looked at the concept art for Starfield, you should. There's some insane ship stuff, and again, this is why I said in the video, like, I'd love to sit down with or not sit me specifically, but I'd love Bethesda to sit down with the guys who made the ship parts and just talk about, like, the ships and stuff and, like, you know, where they got the design philosophy. Like, look at some of the concept art. I really would love to see them bring all that concept art to life because, yeah, it's just so good. Now, I want to put something over here, like a kind of a shroud. I want to know why the interior tabs are modular, but the outside is one piece. No, man, I just want to talk. See, my kind of... We're always so nice, no one calls. Like I want to see Bethesda do like 1 by like 0.5 by 1 halves. I want to see them do. I just want to see like something smaller than A class that is like single seat shuttles, fighters, cargo freighters, the sort of thing where literally you're packed in the front seat and you've got a boot with stuff in it, but that's pretty much it. Like, I want M class that works, like with lore behind it, you know, like stuff like that. I'm modding just to have it would 100%. Like, and even like there's a part of me that has to realize that, like, Bethesda looking at like a lot of people using the, you know, building ships and realize like they're using either merging, which they've now implemented in the game kind of, or they're using like the flips mods, and they realize, shit, players really want to upgrade their ships. They want to build cool ships. I want to put something on the front there. I don't like how it looks. If I get the bar is always going to be low. Well, no, like, to be honest, I have a few in the works. There's a video that I have. It's been sitting there for a while, and there's a part of me that wants to obviously, you know, do it or put it out. But there's also a part of me that's kind of worried because, again, I don't want to, you know, I'm not trying to... Hold on now. It's not attached. What the fuck? How did the fuck did I manage that? Oh, shit. Right, hold on. Crimson has an idea. Give me that. Don't piss in the pool you drink from. I want to invade those ships too, to be honest. I'm like, how the fuck do spacers get the ships and we don't? Mona's Mod Watch, where all you do is criticize garbage mods and warn people. Oh no, I know. Look, I know it's not like even like I know the amount of how the fuck am I supposed to? Can I connect you? How would I connect you? I need like a. How am I going to connect this? Oh wait, maybe hold on. I need it. What is a 2x2? Flight of the Star Turtle. It's not the flight. Not a fucking turtle. What piece has two? Is it more of a star frog? Well, that's kind of the idea, I guess. It's supposed to be like a dropship. Yeah, cargo bays that are lifts instead of ramps are like something that's like really needed. Like, I want like, you know, like, let us have ships that like where they sit really high up. And my sister like turtles, I don't judge. Alright, we just need to put something on the back, like a tail. Oh. Do spaceships need tails? Probably not. Do we want a tail? Definitely. Well, they're united. How goes it? But see, that's the thing too, Green, is like a lot of modders have kind of made like good strides with certain things like elevators and stuff. But ultimately it comes down to where like I feel like in order for it to work properly, like it needs to be Bethesda that does it. Which is kind of like, you know, some people might be like, that's stupid, Crimson, and you know, you're not wrong, but see how Aurora put out a ship UI mod. It looks really nice. All right, let's adjustable landing gear would be awesome. Like even like stuff like being able to hover. Like I will say the bad tech, you know, I've kind of you know, I've said some negative things about Mr. Baldwin. I've said a lot of positive things. The hover landing gear thing is cool, but again, I think it's something that I'd love to see Bethesda themselves implement. Like it's a cool idea, but I want animations. Like if our engines are powered by our reactor, right? And the fuel is only used by the grav drive, then technically speaking, as long as our reactor is charged, we would have infinite delta V, which means our ships should be able to hover in position as long as we deem necessary, you know? I used to love that in Elite Dangerous. Like, you land, ship flies away, takes off. Like we've all played the game where, like, you know, ship flies in, hovers, characters like running, like, oh, quick, get to the ship, just like flies in barely, jump in, gone. You know, no landing gear extended, no, just in and gone. That's why I love Pelicans in Halo. Who put out Aurora? They're the guy who makes the weapon mods. He did like a ship UI mod that kind of streamlines it to make it a little bit more kind of like less intrusive. Like, yeah, 100%. I want to roleplay as Commander Shepard. Like, ship just flies in, just like, imagine how cool it would be, right? Is if it is a cool mod, Mona, 100%. Hello, Dr. Nick. Like, imagine if you could, like, let's say, for instance, there was POIs that were heavily hostile, right? You could either choose to land, like we normally do, and have to walk towards it, or your ship could hover, like 600-700 meters above it. And you just walk out the cargo bay door, straight down, halo jump. You know? We'd see a lot of broken legs, you know? And then people would mock me as much. But like stuff like that, like it's just, and again, look, it's probably like it's not going to happen. Well, the hover very well might be. Crew drop off. Exactly, crew drop off. You might be back and then just gone. Like it, because it again, it would make the idea of like your crew, like you have a crew of a ship, drop them in exactly, drop the rev off, gone. Get much communications because they feel bringing Starfield up is see. There's a what the hell did I do? Oh, it's a B class. There's some validity to what you're saying there, Davy. Like that's, you know, you're not wrong, but at the same time, you would like to think that Bethesda are kind of past that whole thing of caring ultimately. Like you have a giant crew on your ship, you know, like I like, you know, like in Mass Effect when I exit the ship, it's like Exo Presley has the bridge. You know, ship follow, Land Rover. It'd be so cool. Like, and it would also like even like simple things. Like that's why I love the mod, the Astrogate, because the ship took off, came back in. I mean, I know shareholders are necessary, but like, come on, it's a game. You know, like it's people are playing it, people are buying it. Put some weapons on this bad boy. Alright, so we need some ballistic turrets. We need some B class. They 100%. Like the fact that like look, Oblivion is huge, and I'm really glad that Oblivion is doing well because I like Oblivion. But they should have given us something, be like, oh, don't worry, guys, like, you know, Starfield's still gonna get content. We're not gonna leave you guys out to dry. And look, they're clearly not gonna leave us out to dry. But like it's kind of like, you know, like that kind of like the meme where like there's people out kind of playing in the yard and you're just kind of stood there looking at them, like enjoying their laughter, but you're kind of like, it's like I was never really invited to it. Brown coat. She's my ship. Animate. Oh, that would be so fucking cool. I mean, like there's so like there's such good like simple things. I say simple, but like, because I think the core of this is it needs to be immersive. It's a role-playing game. Bethesda games have always been immersive. Like, look at Oblivion. Like, it's an old school game, but it's still super immersive, despite the jank. I'm gonna hide that with something else in a minute. Let's see, how does one hide this? I have Turk. Bum, bum, bum. The hate is, no, 100%. Some of it is very warranted. Like, at the end of the day, like, the genuine criticism... Ooh. The genuine criticism is from fans who really enjoy Starfield and want to see it prosper. But at the same time, we... Like, at the same time, you know, like, we're... You can only hold out hope for so long, you know? I'll put that in there. What's unattached? Eh? What the fuck? Oh shit, fuck, okay. I did that arseways, whoopsie. Alright, that's that one done. There we go, that's what I do. Yeah, it always does. You can only get, it does look like, honestly, it looks like I've made like a tree frog. Call it the bullfrog. Well, like stuff like that, honestly, like it would be awesome to have like the mission board, the up mod that I reviewed by Chaos Nerb that like allows you to do like all these sorts of like delivery missions. Like you should be able to see that sort of stuff in game. Like again, I hate to go back to Oblivion, a game that's like what 20 years old. Like you have NPCs running around in the wilderness and stuff, you know? Like that's again, it's another thing I'd love to kind of sit down, like get Bethesda to sit down. I don't know why we need to sit, you know, you can talk standing up and just kind of be like, what changed? Why did you guys go like, you know, because obviously look, some change was necessary, but like NPCs like not really having any sort of real world like, you know, kind of jobs and stuff, and like you gonna just feel malice about we just 100%. Like we're all fans, like we enjoy the game. Like the fact that we're still here playing it even with radio silent, that's a massive telltale sign that we really like the game. And I think Bethesda are probably aware of that. I just feel like they need to like tell us a little bit more, you know? No, I'm playing. I know, 100%. Like, I'm excited. I think Monday I'm going to do another Oblivion stream because I haven't really touched it when I'm not recording. All right, I'm curious to see what that looks like because that actually looks kind of funky. Hello. You just heard bread and milk and eggs. Question mission board. I want to meet Ted Rojack walking outside of town looking for his dog. Yeah, like exactly. Like stuff like that. It's like it feels alive. Missing an alien. See, alien races. I don't disagree. You know, like that aliens, but I think it'd have to be done right.
Pardon.
All right, Marines. Fucking. Did I give you permission to chill? I have become the weapon. Alright, I'm the weapon now. Take it for a rip. Drops. I know. What do you mean, screw ship parts? Yeah, because, and again, it's hard to do non-humanoid aliens, but it's just very much a kind of a, yeah, like it would need to... All right, no, we can't. We definitely can't be doing that. That goes straight through. Probably not tonight, sorry, just because it's a bit late. I might jump in tomorrow. I say might. It depends on what I'm doing. Born again humans that are starborn. I don't think you need aliens. Just need post-human cyborgs. Take ship parts. If you're giving out ship parts, you know, ship parts would be nice. Oh. Ow.
Got in. You should inspect your. Okay. Nope.
You gotta meet the House of Rune people and be like, yo, House Rune, what you doing? What? Like, what's life like in, you know, Varun Kai? Alright, that looks better. Alright. Oh, we need to color it.
Need some work done?
No.
Sure. Have it.
Boop. Select the whole thing, please. It's not fucking red and yellow. Yellow, blue, and black. It's not a fucking turtle. It's a fucking frog. Ooh, actually, how does this take how does this take colors? Let me do. Ooh. Ooh, maybe. Oh yeah, that looks kind of cool. It's what sort of fucking turtle looks like that? Actually, to be fair, a turtle does look like that. There's like the snapping turtle that has a funny head. Mass Effect, Jacob's Loyalty, Imagine Human. Well, see, that's something, Paul, that 100% they could definitely do. Like we know of the ship above Paradiso. There's probably way more. Plus, you're telling me that when Earth literally shit the bed, there wasn't some fucking trillionaire who decided to make a kind of an arc and just dip? Got dart frogs in the museum I'm building. That's pretty fucking sick. Talked about how most sci-fi is lazy and leans on intervention as plot device. It's very much, it is, I mean, you're not wrong. It's very much a, how is it, what color? Hey, little froggy. Ribbit. I was pissed they don't know. Yeah, it's weird to me how as humans, we, from early evolution, we domesticated dogs. I don't know if we actually domesticate cats. I think cats domesticate themselves. We domesticated horses. We domesticated so much. He's out there mutating. Oh god. He's linked to like some sort of artificial intelligence thing. Like, yeah, like we need companion animals. Why frog have tail? It's a special frog. One of a kind. Like it's just it's like I want some animals, you know, like even like robots. Like there's like 2 instances. Yeah, cause you telling me fucking the Freestar Collective gung ho yeehaw fucking rootin' tootin' like American from the fucking Western didn't try fucking putting saddles on Ashtas? Like what the fuck? Like it's such a misstep from the company that made an Elder Scrolls. Why are we not seeing like militia, like Aquila militia riding around on Ashtas, you know? With their like fucking their lever actions. Like we take a few beers. That's what I mean, but that's how we domesticated wolves. The ones that were chill, we fed them. The ones that weren't, we might have killed them. But you know, to be, yeah, that is fair. If they were anyway tasty, we'd be fucked. That's why we hope they're. But because I mean, like, it's just even like robots. Like, there's 2 or 3 instances of like robots being like all chill, like Vasco, and the one dude in Styx in Neon. There should be way more people using robots, like, and relying on robots. Kaiser's another one. Like, robots would be so good. Like, robots have the intelligence of Vasco, right? Like, why aren't the UC using robots to teach children, you know, like to do a lot of stuff? When I say teach children, I'm not trying to say that they should brain, but you know, like a Mr. Handy from Fallout. Like robots there should be way more robots in use. You know, like they're used, but yeah, they should be everywhere. Like you can find robot scraps everywhere. You telling me like most people will be able to either afford to buy one or just, you know, build one? Like, yeah, exactly. Like the UC, like realistically, right? When you have like the Xeno warfare kind of, you know, like mechs versus, realistically, the UC should be heavily using robots because they want to try and preserve, you know, the life of people. Whereas the Freestar, who don't have that luxury, should be 100% using like animals, and they should be taming them, you know? Like you got those big cow looking things that are like massive, like fat ones that apparently they farm for milk and stuff. You could 100% put a saddle on that bad boy, you know, go out to the desert. Like there's... Get me closer, I want to hit it with my lightsaber. Honestly though, like it's just, yeah, it's a weird one, because I feel like me personally, right? And I feel like most people, we like you know, we like touching animals, we like I'd 100% be flying around, like picking up cool looking animals and like dropping them off on worlds and be like, yo, we can use these animals, you know, like, and beasts of burden, like protection. Like, can you imagine an Ashta? Like, that would be like, that, like, you know, like how in House Faroon they have, like, the growth they ultimately kill? Like, why isn't that, like, a kind of a, like, why isn't that, like, a coming-of-age thing for, like, the people, like, who were born Aquila? Like, on their 13th birthday, they have to go out and, like, find, like, an Ashta lair and steal a pup. And then that pup grows with them, you know? And, like, it kind of teaches them kind of, like, you know, life. Like, it's just, it's weird, because it's, like... And Achilles, oh my god, that'd be... But still, though, it'd be like, can you imagine, like, Achilles would be fucking cool. Like, realism? You telling me, like, humans, we want to adopt everything. Anything that looks somewhat cute, and even things that don't look cute. People think axolotls look cute. I think people are stupid. They don't look cute. They're ugly fuckers. All right, Nograth, have a good one. We see 100%. But it's like, even like the oh. But the excuse, you can't tame a wild animal. We can fucking try. We'll fucking give it a go. I've played Ark. You give me narcotics and some raw meat, I'll beat the shit out of that animal till it's unconscious. I might die in the process, but I'll fucking do it. But even like the thing when I remember when Starfield when they first kind of demoed it, and you had like Neon and Aquila and stuff, right? I was honestly expecting there to be a bigger divide between the species, like, or the settlements. I honestly expected Aquila to be like a frontier world where it is a frontier world, but you know, like where they relied more on kind of the land and stuff. They didn't have access to, like, let's say, whereas the UC probably use factories. All right, Michael, have a good one. You know, the UC would have factories to produce stuff, whereas Freestar would have to rely on farming, you know? Like, stuff like that. Like Neon, I kind of was expecting Neon to be a little bit more techy, and it is to an extent. Alright, where's the tree frog going? People on pugs. Yeah, exactly. Need beer or rope at us. We'll get this shit done, okay? We may lose half the fucking team, but we'll get it done. Would love to see Freestar being a side where people refuse to leave Earth's nature behind. Exactly. Because, like, they're supposed to be frontiers and they live off the land, you know? Exactly, 100%. You use the mod that remakes Earth. Yeah, like and mods like that are really cool. I think now there's been a few mod authors that have started dabbling in the kind of the making, into the kind of the making of like planets and stuff, which I'm just excited to see how it goes. Valo, never really been here aside from the tree frogs on the way. But again, look, see, this is the amazing thing, right? Is that like Starfield is this game that like we haven't heard anything. You know, we haven't heard anything for months, but like we're still all passionate about the game because we're thinking of ways we would like to see it improved. You know, like that should tell Bethesda, and they probably know this. Like we're passionate. We're passionate. Earth is dead. Deal with it to the start. Well, no, I don't disagree. I think we need to find a new Earth, but I don't think we should abandon it. You know, I think that Aquila would be space tour. I think it would take a long time for that to happen. Personally, I don't again, more so probably that would take thousands of years to see stuff like that, right? So that's Paulville. Is there any place on Paulville that's not hills? Hills. Oh, there's stuff in the ocean. No. Rocky Desert Coast. The dunes are great. Yeah, they are. They really are. See, to an extent, I do agree with you, Green. Like, I think they obviously wanted to go fancy, and it's like what you're saying. I don't know about space raft, but like, or space wars, but I do think that there should have been like some distinct differences in the culture and stuff. Like, to be honest, the crowd NPCs you see, they should all be different depending where you go. You know, there's an Ankylosaurus. What is that? What is that? Abandoned shipping depot. Oh. Yeah, ta 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 ta. Would nuke what's left of Earth. Oh God. But and I would have loved to see them do something like that, like kind of tie in the kind of the like, you know, the Elder Scrolls thing. That's why like I'm really hopeful that they bring ghouls into the next Fallout, because hey, 2025 era guns are pretty good, you know?
Excuse me.
I don't know if I have Bedlam installed. I really need to have it installed. It's a fucking awesome mod. Who just said excuse me? Oh, that's one of my guys. Hello? Hello? No, I have this thing called a minigun. Oh, I've been here. Yeah, people are still using, yup, the Mosin's like still the most, like it's being used constantly in warfare. Let's get him, guys. The fuck, a door that leads to nowhere. Never seen that before. Oh, this gun, it sounds so fucking good. It looks so good. Yes, it is, and we'll have a review out in a few days. It is so fucking good. Tomorrow's video is I attempted to review Dreamland, and it didn't go well on my end. It's a cool concept, but a bit of a shit show. Not that the mod itself works fine, it's just I couldn't... There's supposed to be like 10 different like dream worlds, but I couldn't get... It kept cycling between the same like 4. And because it doesn't give quests and stuff, I couldn't really go anywhere. The tube that throws rocks. Well, like, we have like alien DNA and stuff in like Spacer. They could have easily incorporated them into like the various different like factions and stuff, you know? Like, I feel like with Neon, like, you know, you spend enough time on Neon, you get, like, an immunity to, like, certain, like, drugs. Like, you're always in, like, a euphoric state. Where, like, you know, like, your persuasion is, like, easier. But, like, you have a harder time using guns because you're slightly... Everyone's almost an addict. You know, Freestar, you know, they hit harder, but they don't really like being in space. Or, like, UC is kind of more like your Imperial, more well-rounded sort of thing. But, like, people, like, outsiders don't like you because you're UC. Cybernetics is something that, yeah, should have, the tap water is late. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past it. Exactly, and I agree with you. Like, that's how it should be. Like the various, like when you can choose like to be like a neon rat, it should be more than just, okay, you have some loot, you know? Like give us some like cool little kind of quirks, you know? Where the mechanic is, oh god.
Get your damn head down!
Alright, apparently the sergeant of the Marines is giving out to me for not putting my head down. Where the fuck are you guys? What's the G on this? 0.8? Like, even, like, stuff like that, like, because Bethesda, like, clearly, you know, they worked with NASA for a lot of stuff. Like, Aquila being such a high-gravity world, why is there no reference to it, you know? Like, I just imagine, like, when you land there for the first time, like, it should be something like maybe Barrett saying, you know, this world is going to be difficult, I'd hit up Enhanced to get, like, some sort of meds to make it easier. That's how they do it in Expanse, to be fair. There's like meds they can give you to help with the kind of the G if you're not used to it. See, because the only way I could think of around is if they somehow use grav drives as a sort of a kind of a terraforming device to keep the Gs inside the city. But yeah, like that's what I mean. Like Serpent's Embrace, and I will say Serpent's Embrace in the DLC is really cool. But I just realized the time. I'm going to have to call it for tonight, guys. Thank you guys for chatting to me. It was good chatting to you guys all. And hopefully we'll get some news from Bethesda soon. I'll probably be back Monday for some Oblivion streams. Hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.